like you doing this, you're ready to be in the black community, and just stuff for like social media, like
Okay,
yeah.
I agree. I'm signing the terms and
Right, there
conditions
you
right
go.
now.
And you'll just, if whenever you answer the questions, just look at her basically.
Okay.
So we ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're from Lawton, but you're very present in the Oklahoma City hip hop scene. How did you achieve that?
Man, from Lawton, I went to school in Seminole, Oklahoma, and Shawnee, Oklahoma, Seminole State Junior College, Oklahoma Baptist University, Oklahoma Baptist University. And from there, I graduated in 2013, then moved up here to Oklahoma City. So from there, I made the decision to either pursue basketball full time or get into the music, what I was passionate about. And I took a year to kind of think about what I wanted to do. I figured it out, moved up here, and really just got into it. I mean, off top. I mean, I was doing shows where, like, there was probably two people in the crowd, and I was doing open mics, and I was meeting different people, and I was going to shows where the person before me brought 30 people in, and they performed in front of 30 people, where they got off the stage and they left, and I'm performing for the promoter and the sound guy, and I didn't have that many of my friends were coming to my shows, so it was just kind of me, just kind of going through the process. And for me, you look at all the different artists who have gotten to where we want to go to, and they all have stories of when they were doing shows and nobody was coming, but they had to go through some kind of process to where they knew it wasn't what it was gonna be, but they went through it regardless because they're passionate about it. So I just made the decision to do it, and I really, from there, just kind of took action whatever I could as far as meeting people, putting myself in situations where I was uncomfortable. Whatever it took for me to do it, I was cool with it. I knew what I was doing it for. So it's been a really cool ride, and it's cool to see a lot of it come. It's cool to see a lot of the work come to fruition, to see a lot of it pay off. So it's been a cool little journey.
Is there a hip hop scene in Lawton?
There is. I wouldn't say it's as multifaceted and as supported as it is here in Oklahoma City, but it's from what I've heard from people that have been in Oklahoma City, it hasn't always been the way it is now. So I think a lot of that is for just different artists who have been active in the community and the culture. Because of course the culture stems from the community. So I think with the artists being able to connect both with the community and the culture, that's had a large impact on how the culture has kind of gotten so much support. And in Lawton, I mean, they're still doing shows, they're still performing, they're still dope artists. There are a lot of dope artists there, but it's just a matter of structuring that, having somebody come in that can kind of provide that. And of course, the artists have to provide the product. If we provide a terrible product, we can't expect people to support us. That's one of the biggest things that I kind of look down on, is when artists kind of expect people to support them just because they're friends with them or just because they're doing it. If they're not bought into what you're doing, if they don't really respect your craft and what you're doing, if you're not providing a quality product, they have no reason to support you. So I think if there's a lack of support anywhere, it's the artist's fault, not anybody else's like a sports fault, because it's the artist's job to make sure that they put out a product good enough for people to want to embrace. So there is one there. I don't know why there isn't one like it is now. I don't know everything. I don't have the answers or anything. I ain't got the answers, Sway. But I do think there's a future there. I do know for a fact that there's mad talent there. But it's just a matter of kind of having the right formula put together. And also, there are some doorkeepers in every culture. And you never know what their real intentions are. If it's really to grow the culture, if it's really to grow themselves, grow the people that they want to grow. That's a factor everywhere. But the authentic artists, they're always gonna break through that. So it's just a matter of time.
You don't use profanity in your music. Explain that decision.
Man, I can't even say I don't use that, because I do use a little bit. But when I do use it, I try to make sure it's purposeful. I'm not just saying it just because I'm trying to fill in a blank or fill in a word. So I try to make sure it's emphasizing emotion or making sure it's getting across the point. Because I can't sit here and say I don't, because I do sometimes. But really, I want my music to be to be able to touch as many people as possible. So whether it's kids, whether it's parents, whether it's people in the church, whether it's people in the streets, whatever it is, I want it to be as multicultural, as multifaceted as possible, because I'm mixed. I'm mixed with everything. So I want my music to be the same way. So I kind of want to be able to have it be accessible for everybody. But I also want it to be authentically real and not act like I'm somebody I'm not, because I do say things I'm not supposed to say sometimes. So I want to make sure that's in my music as well. But A real reason, of course, is for the have the diversity and also to be authentic. So those are probably my two main reasons, is just to really come across as authentic as possible and really show people, because people look at, like, when you cuss, they say, oh, you're this way, you're not this, you're not that, just because you say something. And of course, the tongue is sharp, you know, the tongue is sharp as a sword, so it's important to what you say. But I don't think it's necessary to judge somebody based off what they say, if what they're saying has content. Because a lot of the times, cuss words are the only thing that really can get across that point. With the society that we're in and the social constructs that are built into society. So I try to keep it at a minimum, just because I want to be as versatile as possible and really grow my vocabulary and really show intelligence, or not even show intelligence, but just build intelligence. So that's kind of not even a conscious thing I do, you know. And plus, my mom and dad would kill me if I cussing every song I do. You know? And I never really call, like, I've never called women like B words, hoes. I never called them that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessary for me to do it in my songs. You know, I think I've had like once or twice when I did. I felt kind of bad, so I had to apologize, even though I didn't like the girl. But yeah, so it's just not my style.
So how would you describe your style as far as music wise?
Authentic, really. I don't try to follow any waves. I don't try to follow any trends. I just want to be as much as myself as possible, because through hip hop I found my voice. You know, I found myself. The more I worked at my craft, the more I found myself, and that's really what I want to impose on other people, is just to develop yourself by finding what you're passionate about and stay in that, work in that, whether that's teaching, painting, being a janitor, business, lawyer, whatever it is. Just find your craft, find what you're passionate about, and work on that, because that's gonna make the world a better place. And it sounds cliche, but it's as real as it gets. Because if we had a world of people who were doing what they're passionate about, there wouldn't be low quality anything. You know, everybody would love what they do, so everybody would do things to the greatest ability that they can. So that's kind of what I base my music on, just being authentic, and try to be as real as possible.
Who are your national music?
Off top, Bob Marley. That's my number one music influence. And then Jacobi, Jay-Z, Nipsey Hussle. Those are my top three. Kendrick, of course. Yeah, man. Right now, I mean, I'd say those are my only consistent ones. Of course, I have plenty ones. I mean, Tupac, people, Big, Eminem. I mean, all kinds of cats. But those are my main ones. And Puff Daddy was a big one too. Can't lie about that. Puff Daddy not Diddy though.
Oklahoma City, name your top 5.
All right, man. Top 5 artists, right? Joey Sativa. Jay Sparks. Continental Cut. To break it down to 5, it's tough, man. Original Flow. And it's out of Conway, DPU, and we'll keep it at that. Yeah. That was it. That's tough, man.
What area do you feel like the city could use more support?
The radio. I think the radio embraced the work we're putting in, because I mean, it's not work. Work is not being put in. There's work that's been put in since I got here, since we all got here, since we all been doing our thing, work for a long time. I can't speak to the quality of it or how persistent it was, but I know for a fact work's been put in. And I think at this point, the culture is being built to a place where I think it's almost inevitable for them to try to take some kind of support, you know. And they have, I'll give them credit for that. They have taken some artists. I just think continuing that is a big part of it.
Is there anything that you want people to know about you or the Oklahoma City scene or the Lawton scene?
My name Fresh and I'm from Lawton. That's That's all I want you to know, man. Thank you. Now I gotta go record
Appreciate you,
mainframe.
bro. Oh yeah.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hug.
Nah, you good, man. Yeah.
Every time somebody mentions you, they say fresh from Lawton.
Yep. You gotta
I'm
say
on the
that.
goal, too. I want to make
Gotta
sure you know.
say that. Gotta say that. Yeah. I like what he said about the radio because he's the first. I think he's the first artist that said something about the radio. That's dope.